Fortunately, it's not too much. Oh, we have here really a mess. I don't know why it's just rotated that in that way, but maybe you have to tweak it later on in the in Blender. So here is all good. On the back side, we have to rotate this area, and the rest is good. All right, looking good so far. So go back to Woodruff 2, activate it. Same thing here. Go to the main material slot at the black mask. Go into the polygon fill. And now with the slider on 1, we can select our rotated mesh parts. I don't like this area. I don't know why it's that's a problem, but we can do another thing. But first we are going to select all the stuff here. We have to select, and that's good. Yeah, we have a problem in here. I think we have just cut it into halves, so let me see. So it's this area here. I'm going to activate the selection, deactivate the visibility of the high, and it's this one. Yeah, it's cut in two, so I'm going to unwrap it again. And I don't know why I cut it in two halves. Because we have a face in here. So wrap it again, and it's good. Now rotate it this time and place it somewhere you have some space. The problem is now we have just to select all again and export it again, but it's very fast. Export it, go back to Marmoset toolbag, let it load, go to the texture sets, deactivate the metal, door left, door right, just the wood, go to bake. So control a bake, it's looking good so far, save it, go back to Marmoset toolbag, and now we have just to go to edit, project configuration, select on file, the newly exported low, click on OK, let it load. Now we have to reload our maps. That's very easy. Just delete this wood here, go back to the texture slot, type in shag or whatever you called it, and type maybe in shag wood, so we can just select our wood parts, reload the whole thing. And now it's very important that you go on this button here, to the resource updater, open it up, and you see we have 26 resources here, and 6 are outdated. Go to update all, let it load, and now you have the problem here because we have to delete the wood 2 area that we just painted out earlier. So go in here, deselect this whole part, and go back to 1 and select it again. And now it's better. Perfect, we solved this problem in here, so we can go to the next part. That's the metal part. We can do this metal part here. So I like to go to the metal, delete the layer. We just have designed our texture, our maps, that's good. And now we are going to look for metal material. So maybe this time we are going to use a smart material, but let me first see what we have. Oh, we can use this rust. This rust we can use, that's good. Let me see if we just use it. Okay, it's a little bit too much rust. No, we are going to use this metal rust later on. So go to the smart material, and in here we have some different kind of materials, some steel and metal. And I like one that's just a little bit scratched. This steel painted worn is looking good. So drag and drop it in here. Yeah, the metal up here is looking good. It's looking good, I think. Yeah, but we are going to use to make this part here. So let me see. We have to tweak it a little bit. Open up the folder, and the first thing we can do is just to darken a little bit up our base material, our base metal. To see what we are doing, I just deactivate all the other materials here and leave just the metal. So click on it, right click, add a level. Same thing here, just darken it a little bit down. So that's good. It's too shiny for me. So we go back to our main folder. I think it's here. Maybe under attributes, no. Let me see. It's under roughness value. Yeah, go up with the roughness value. That's good. That's fine. And now we can just activate the occlusion dirt. It's another layer that's looking good so far. Activate the other layers in here. And you see, we just have another problem here. This is caused because we have on the layer, I think it's the paint layer, we have the tree planar on the option, but this color, I don't want this color in here. I just want some bare metal. So I'm going to delete this layer. Yeah, I want it like that. So we have to tweak this area here a little bit. We have too much rust. Yeah, we have too much rust. So we're going into the generator and go a little bit down with our rust spreading. Maybe that's good. And on this now, yeah, it's better. With the contrast. Yeah, it's looking good. Just tweak a little bit the settings. All right, I'm going to leave this area here. I like it. So this is the steel rail. And now we need something on for the top. So I'm going to drag and drop it again. So this time I'm going to up this area here, this paint area, and we have to see what's causing, which layer it's causing this, this error here. It's in here. So the problem is caused because of the paint layer, and on the paint layer we have another black mask, in this case white mask, and a mask editor. And in the mask editor we have the texture, and in the texture we have the tree planar deactivated. Same thing here, texture 2, tree planar deactivated. And we have our problem solved so far. So the next thing, I don't like it that shiny. So we have to go a little bit down with our roughness on this paint layer. So maybe this shiny part, yeah, it's too metallic. Go up with the metallic, go down. Yeah, it's too it's not rough enough, so go up with the roughness. Okay, so we are going to change the color. I don't like this bright red here. So maybe like this. It has a little bit of a red, but the most part is just dark and old. Same thing here. This area, that's the metal underneath. And it's too shiny, so we have to tweak it the same way. Roughness value a little bit up. And the other thing we have to do is to darken it a little bit down with our, where is it? With our luminosity. Okay, we can tweak a little bit this paint layer, the mask editor. So we have maybe bigger holes. Alright, that's looking so far good. Just tweak a little bit the settings. Good. I just want some more rust in here. So maybe that's the overall rust, that's the sharpen. So rust stain, go into rust stain editor, generator, and just go up with the rust. Like that. It's looking good. I don't like the color, so I'm going to tweak it another time, maybe this time more darker. Yeah, it's good. Now it's good. All right. Last thing we have to do is just to add some black mask. This one will be our metal top. Add a black mask. Go to the polygon fill, UV chunk fill, and select the mesh fill. And now we can select our parts. Same thing here, black mask, and this time I just want the rail. Activate the layer. So I want the rail, and we are good. So let's do the floor. Let me see if I have some concrete, maybe. If you don't have the materials I use, just go to the browse 3D assets and search for your own. But I like to use some concrete, but we have to go to the materials, and we are going to use concrete plain brushed. Oh, we have to tweak it a little bit. So open up the basic parameter and advanced parameter, and under basic first we have to go down with our hit position. Don't forget to go up with the tiling. Now we are good. All right. And I think that's it. That's good. Maybe we can just darken it a little bit down. So go down with the color. Last but not least, we can just add on top another fill layer, call it dirt. And the same thing as earlier, add a black mask. On the black mask, add a generator. In the generator, add the dirt layer. And we can use some dirt in here. Play a little bit with the settings. Maybe that's good. Crunch amount. And go down with the color. Good. We have to deactivate the metal, roughness, normal, and height. And now we can just add another folder, call it dirt, put it in here, the dirt layer, and add a black mask. And now we can select our concrete, add a black mask, and just select this part down here. Okay, that's good. So I don't like this top area. Maybe we have to tweak it a little bit more. But we have now this here. That are some metal parts. So I go back to metal. This time I'm going to use a smart material and just use one you like. It's a little detail, it's not very visible. So maybe the steel painted rough damage. Just tweak it a little bit, but that's fine. That's fine. So add a black mask and select this area here. This too. So I think we are going to use some other stuff here. Okay, no, we are going to do it in another way. Add a fill layer, call it maybe color. Go down with all this, deactivate all the settings, go down with the color. And now we can add a black mask and select this too. It's a detail, it's not very visible, so it's good. All right. So the same thing we can do with the normal details in here. So to do that, we can just go a little bit in and we have to go to the wood. And in the wood, we can first of all add a folder and call this wood and drag and drop all the stuff in the wood folder and the dirt on top. So it's a little bit better. Good. Now we have to add this detail here. It's easy. So go to the layer, simple layer, call it normal details. So we can deactivate the normal and the height. We only need the color. Add a black color in here, and now we can simply paint it like that. All right. Last thing we have to do before we are going to to change a little bit up here. It's too bright for me. Last thing we have to do is our doors. So the majority of the stuff we have done. So I go back to the metal, and in the metal I'm adding a new folder. I'm going to call it metal, and with all the stuff I'm doing drag and drop in here. And so with this folder we're going to copy it, go to door right, delete this layer and paste the metal, and now we can just tweak a little bit the settings. And you see it's applying on all the object. We don't need that, so we're going to add a black mask, and now we can mask the parts out that we don't need. To do that, as always, go to the polygon fill and select the object you want to be textured, and so we can work with only this area. Perfect. All right. In here we have to tweak a little bit the settings because this area is too dark and I want just the metal a little bit more darker. So I'm going to open our folder, and oh, I see I have here the concrete. We don't need the concrete, so just delete it. Now we have our dirt layer. The dirt layer is causing, the dirt layer is too much, so we can go to the black mask and to the dirt generator. And in here, if you want, you can just click on random or just go down a little bit with the settings. But as you can see, it's doing only the dirt on this area here and in here. So I don't think I like that. Maybe we are going to use something else. So I'm going to delete the dirt here, the generator, and under, so let me see, I think it was the smart mask. Yeah, we can just search for dirt And in here you have other dirt stuff you can use. So let me try the dirt dusty, maybe. Just drag and drop it in here. You see we have our tree planar arrow. So go to the texture and deactivate the tree planar and the texture 2, same thing. And you see it's working different way. It's better, but maybe you have just to tweak a little bit the settings. Blur we don't need. So, let's try another one. So maybe this dirt, complete dirt. Same thing here. I like this more. This editor, this mask editor. So I'm going to delete the old one and just take the new one. So I think we can just use it for the rest of the house, because as you can see we have up here too much dirt and down here it's a little bit less dirt. So let's do this first maybe so we don't forget it. For that I go to the wood, and in here in the dirt layer we have our dirt generator. I'm going to delete it, and now you can just drag and drop this smart mask in here. We have slightly a change, but you can't see it really. So I go to the main layer and with the color just to be bright so we see what's doing. So we have to delete, we have to go to the texture and just invert the tree planar, and the same on this one. What is, okay. So, and now it's much better on the whole thing. Maybe you have just to go a little bit down with the balance or up with the balance, what you like more. Go a little bit with the contrast if you want it sharper, and if you don't want it as sharp, go a little bit down, but it's looking good so far. So we can now go to the main layer and go down with the color. A little completely dark, and go up with this slider here. So you have a slightly change with our dirt. Yeah, it's looking much better. All right, go back to the door right, I think it was. Yeah, the door right. And in here we have to tweak now the color of the metal itself. That's doing nothing. So we have to assign the black mask. So like that. Okay, maybe it's too dark. It's looking better. It's too shiny for some old rusty metal. So we have to go down with our, let me see. I think it's the dirt layer. No. It's our color here. So we have to activate the roughness and the metallic. Go with the metallic all the way down and with the roughness up. So it's not too rough. Good. Then we have to maybe add some rust. So now you can decide which type of rust you want. If you want this type of rust in here, you can use the metal top. If you want the rail rust, you can use the steel rail, but I think I'm going to use the top. So just delete the other one and go into the black mask and assign it. See, we have our rust now here, but the color is too dark. Or maybe we have to go over the color, or the main color, then you have your rust. In here, it's too much. So go down with the rust stain, I think. No, that's good. Let me see which one. Or maybe we can do it in another way. Just go to the metal top, go to this slider here and go down. So it's not too rusty, but you lose a little bit of the color. Or we can just tweak a little bit the right generator. I think that's the right one, but we have to tweak the other settings too. So in here I go down with the level. Maybe not too much. Let's activate the other one so we see what we are doing. Then we'll go in here, go a little bit down with the spreading, drips intensity, just go a little bit down with all the rust stuff. Oh, that's looking better. Yeah, it's not too bad. So we can always go a little bit down with the slider just to exclude a little bit the rust. Yeah, it's not bad. So in here we have to assign this area too. And I think we are good to go. All right. I'm going to copy this again and go to the door left and paste it in here so we can just use it and finalize the metal parts. So in here we have to go to the metal top and just assign the rust. And do the same thing with the rest, not with the dirt. We don't need it on the dirt. We need it elsewhere in here, the color. Perfect. Don't forget to save, and now we can do the metal, the wood part. For the wood part, I think we can do some other woods in here. So we have a different wood than the main wood up here. I don't know if I like this bright color. Maybe I have to tweak it later on. So let me see. This can be maybe some metal. So let's try. Just add the metal color in here, and we need this one and we need this one. So let's make the wood. For the wood, we can just search for another wood type. Maybe this time go to materials, search for wood. If you have some that you like, you can add it, but I'm searching in the smart material also. I'm going to use maybe this wood walnut or something like that. Let's see how it's looking. Yeah, it's not too bad, but we have just to rotate it. Yeah, we need to rotate it. So go into the wood folder. Just go to the wood pattern and in here type 90 on the rotation. And the same thing maybe on the, I think it was, let me see, the wood fiber 1. Yeah, I think that was to rotate. Just try it. Yeah, this one we have to rotate. So the major part, we have good rotation in here, but we need another one for this area here and the bottom one. No, the bottom one is good. So we need just for this one, okay? Yeah, just this one. So maybe call this 90 degrees and copy and paste it. And this one we are going to call maybe 0 degrees. So we need which kind of rotation this texture has. And now we have just to undo the stuff we have done in here, 90, and under fiber 90. Under fiber 0. So now we have our rotation, and last thing we have to add a black mask on the first. and a white mask on the second one. Where is it? Add a white mask. Go to polygon fill on the white mask. We can just click on the, let me see, on this one. So we can exclude it, and on the black mask add this so we can include it.